A poor, starving horse was left with only skin and bones. He had been stuck in the same place for a long time. A kind-hearted person discovered him and attempted to rescue him. While on a hiking trip, a tourist came across the pitiful horse. It turned out that the horse's tether had gotten caught on some rocks. They managed to untangle the rope and slowly approach the horse, perhaps due to a long period without human contact, or because his previous owner had abandoned him. The horse was very frightened when people came near. He feared that these people would hurt him again. The tourist tried to touch the horse to comfort him, but the horse kept trying to avoid contact. To soothe the horse and gain his trust, the tourist took a piece of bread from his bag and offered it to the horse. The horse, having not eaten for a long time, overcame his fear and quickly approached to eat the bread hungrily. After eating the bread, the horse was no longer wary of the people. He realized that they were kind and meant no harm. The tourist then had the opportunity to examine the horse's leg more closely and discovered that the rope had tightly wrapped around and cut into the horse's flesh. The rope had tightened so much that it exposed raw, red flesh. The area around where the horse was standing had no grass left. They estimated that the horse had been trapped there for nearly half a month. Luckily, these tourists had found the horse. One of the tourists took out a knife while another held the horse's front legs. They carefully and slowly cut through the tough rope. The horse seemed to understand that they were there to help and cooperated fully, standing still and waiting patiently for his rescuers. In less than 2 minutes, the tourists managed to cut through the rope. The rope had been wrapped around the horse's leg for nearly half a month, showcasing the horse's incredible endurance. As soon as the rope was cut, a horse lifted his leg in surprise. He couldn't believe that he was finally free. The kind-hearted tourists led the horse away from the place where he had been trapped. At that moment, one of the tourists brought over a bucket of water from their vehicle. For the horse, who had been surviving on the moisture in the grass for half a month, this was an invaluable gift. He walked over and drank continuously. The 5-liter bucket was emptied in no time. After drinking the water, the tourist tried to lead the horse away, but the horse seemed reluctant to leave, continuously licking the now empty bucket to make sure he hadn't missed a single drop. Seeing this, the kind tourist led the horse to their vehicle and continued to give him water until his thirst was fully quenched. In less than 20 seconds, the horse finished another bucket of water. The tourist, knowing that the horse hadn't had enough, fetched another bucket. After drinking 3 full buckets of water, the horse finally felt satisfied and looked up at his saviors. At this point, he no longer had any reservations about the tourists. He fully trusted the kind people who had saved his life. The tourist gently patted the horse's head. The rescuers felt a sense of happiness for helping the unfortunate horse. 10 minutes later, a rescue vehicle arrived. The tourist led the horse onto the vehicle and took him to an animal rescue station. Wishing the horse a speedy recovery and being truly grateful for these kind-hearted tourists,